Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the session live. You already know the business. I'm your host, Frederick Whitlow II, aka Minister Fred, too. Listen, I'm gonna take my hat off because today's show is bananas. When I talk about this is a homie of a homie right here. Man, last week we had a great time with my other brother. This one right here is gonna take you on a a real situation. So anyway, listen, we gotta have some great music, great artists. This story, this young brother's journey is just phenomenal. But I want to get it started. And again, don't forget you're tuned into the session live. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to like the channel, and also share it with 7 friends. So you got a little bit of time because we're gonna get in on this music video. When I come back, you're gonna meet a really great friend of mine, homie, a real good homie. We're gonna start off, Professor. Why don't we start it off with Toya Love featuring Mike TZ and C Child Like CC. This is a favorite of we had a lot of requests. So here it is. Duh. You already know the business, and we'll be right back. You already know the business. The session live.
I experience triumph, not in my own strength. I don't even be trying. Tell the devil stop talking to me when he speak, he lying. Truth ain't in you, so why would I let you continue? Don't let a hater tell you what God can't do. Really a follower, I cannot go out like Saul. My heavenly Father, I say we were dead. Knew that he would do it. Does new to you, but it ain't new to us. Heavenly felt by sin to Zion. We been knew that he would do it. He do what he does. New to you, but it ain't new to us. Been knew that he would do it. Pray without ceasing, I'm for peaking, helping I'm preaching, up on my defense, God is my offense. Tell you pray, yeah, I pray and often. Pray on repeat, never on retreat. Trinity with me, yeah, it's a three-piece. Giving the play, yeah, I can show receipts. Child of the king, so I don't think I say we been knew that he would do it. Does new to you, but it ain't new to us. Heavily felt by sin to Zion. We been knew that he would do it. He do what he does. New to you, but it ain't new to us. Been knew that he would do it.
It's your boy Mike T. Hey, we know you would do it. Talking in faith, I be speaking in fluent. I do. I've been in some dead situations, but came out the ground like a tumor. His ways so higher than us that we can't understand everything that he doing. In the midst of the fight, when we start to get weak, he gon' give us the strength to endure it. Wait. I feel like Jack cause I got some more answers to do. The enemy telling me lies, how would I panic when out of that God is the truth? Look at my life, I can see all the proof. They put my Christ on the teeth for the crew. He paid the price already more than a few minutes. Track record solid, we already know.
I said we been knew that he would do it. Does new to you, but it ain't new to us. Heavily felt by sin to Zion. We been knew that he would do it. He do what he does. New to you, but it ain't new to us. Been knew that he would do it.
Shout out to my girl Toya Love. Without any further ado, my homie, all the way from I ain't gonna tell you because it's been so long and so far away. In the building is Sherman. I don't know how I'm gonna say this. Sherman Johnson. Let's get it. What up, man? Welcome to the show.
What's up, y'all? What's happening?
I'm good, man. What's happening with you, man?
Man, too blessed to be stressed and highly favored.
Well, man, listen, I'm super glad to give. Man, we've been trying for years, bro. It's been years in the making to get this show done. You know what I mean? So listen, welcome to the show, Sherman Johnson, aka Sherman, the real ForReal Johnson. Hey, man,
how you doing?
You good, man?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm doing good. Just glad to be on the show. Thanks for having me and everybody watching online.
Hey, man, it's so dope, man, to have you kicking it with us. So listen, we do a lot of really cool things, but one of the things is if you're on the session live, our show, that means you have a transformative story. You're doing something that's phenomenal. But before we do that, we want to talk about. I always invite our guests to share 3 fun facts, right? Just 3 fun facts about who you are, Sherman, the real. ForReal Johnson. He just tagged. So right. So here we go. You guys gonna get it while I'm doing that tag, that double tag. Um, fact number one. Tell a little bit something about you, Sherman. What's up, bro?
Number one, I'm the only child. Um, I
Oh
got
my
a lot
God.
of bros. I got a lot of bros, but you know, I
And
am.
you
I
know,
am.
you know what that means, Professor. He's an only child. Lord.
So I'm
All right.
one of one. I'm one of one. So
What a what? That's it.
that's
All
it.
right. Fact number two.
Um,
What a
Let me
what?
see. I've done a lot of things over my career as far as music goes, but I never did it in high school. I didn't start
Really?
doing music and what I'm doing now until after I graduated high school.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. So
right.
that's gonna be interesting because I have a couple questions that was submitted, and
Okay.
it's gonna be really good too. All right. Fact number three. Give us a fact number three about Sherman Johnson, just the Sherman dude.
A lot of people ride me for this because I'm born in Louisiana, so I've never experienced eating any seafood in my lifetime. No gumbo, none of that. And
Listen. Now that one is good. That's a good one for listen. To be from Louisiana,
yeah,
oh my goodness, the boot and
right,
still have never had any seafood.
right.
Yo, how
People,
did that happen? How did
right,
that
right,
bruh,
right. People are so shocked.
that
It's like I done lost my car. I done lost my boot card. I can't eat
happen?
much of the state.
Well,
Can't
they
eat
can't take it officially because you're born there, you know what I mean?
right,
So what
right,
you do from there,
right.
they can only say so much anyway, you know what I
That's,
mean?
that is
Alright, so I like that, I like that. So do you have a favorite scripture, biblical scripture that you live by, and or do you have both, or maybe a quote you live by? Share that with the folks.
I say one of my favorite Bible quotes that I've kind of built my foundation of my label and everything I've done. It is always come from Exodus 3:14, and it
Okay.
says, "And God said unto Moses, I am that I am, and He said, Thus shall thou say unto the children of Israel, I am has sent you unto me." So that has been something I've built my whole I am records and everything I've done has been based upon that scripture.
So why is that so important? Now we know that's your favorite, obviously, you've shared
Yeah.
that. Why? I mean, why? You could have picked any other scripture or any other quote really to
Well,
live by.
it was something that stuck with me. A lot of times we like to argue over the name or what God is called, and He just said, "I am that I am." So it's just something that always stuck with me. That He is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, and He just simplified, "I am that I am."
Yeah, he's like, just you ain't had to give me any more adjectives. Just say I am.
Right, and He
No,
give
I
us
like
the
that, man.
permission to go, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
give
that's
us
that's
permission.
really that's dope, man, Sherman. Because when you think about it, it just really helps us simplify in life.
Right,
If you are who you are, the I am Frederick Whitlow, Mr. Fred, Minister Fred, Coach Whit. I am who I am. I don't need to justify it, and God is saying the same thing. So I love that, man. That's dope. That's
appreciate
really dope. Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense, folk, once we get into this conversation a little bit deeper.
it.
All
Okay,
right, so let's talk about. We always ask, we always talk about the backstory of our special guest. Who is
okay,
Sherman Johnson? Where you from? All that little, just a few nuggets about you,
okay.
maybe upbringing a little bit, and then I think we'll go into music video and then come back, and then let's talk about the journey. All right, what you got, bro?
Well, most definitely, I was born in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Northern Louisiana.
Yeah, Shreveport, Louisiana, but I was raised in Oklahoma City, so I represent Oklahoma
Really?
City. Yeah,
Okay, that's a big jump, bro. That's the
it
top
is.
the big oil pan. What, bruh?
Well, what happened? My mom had me like in high school, so my aunties and my grandmother raised me the first 3 years of my life. She moved to Oklahoma City, and she
Gotcha.
went to Job Corps to further her education and got a career. And she came back and got me 3 years later and moved me to
Wow.
Oklahoma City where she was at. So if not for that, I probably would have been raised in Louisiana, but I was born there but raised in Oklahoma City.
That's powerful. I do want to ask this question. Having gone through that experience, what was some of the maybe moments that made you think, wow, did you feel like you had a purpose? What was that like? you know, being birthed, having a little pit stop, mom dips, comes back and gets you. It was that a what kind of experience was that for you?
Well, considering I was so young at 3, I didn't really feel like I experienced that. I did have a stepbrother though. He was really like a mentor to me. I always
Mm.
looked up to my big bro, man, Tremaine Love. R.I.P. But I really enjoyed him like growing up. Like I would see him like every other weekend.
Yeah.
So I really didn't like being the only kid growing up. Um, but you know what? I think it was really for the best. I was pretty much a good kid. I didn't get in trouble much growing up, but I think it did me some good being raised in Oklahoma City compared to Louisiana. So
Okay. So
opportunity.
I want to come back and I want to talk a little bit about that journey,
Okay.
but I wanted there's another MC that has that Southern drive. No big deal. You know him really well. I'm pretty sure you heard it. He's got some dope stuff. Indie Tribe. Well, he has a song called One Way, and when you think about the story of how he came up with it, which we'll share a little bit because I really want to talk about your journey. But when we come back, let's talk about you know you getting to high school and the interest in music and hip hop and all that kind of stuff and where that took you. So here it is. We're here with our special guest, Sherman, the ForReal Johnson in the building. And I'm gonna tell you, we got some history too. We're gonna put that on you in a little bit. Uh, but I think it's just really great to have you in the show. So check it out. Here it is. No big deal. And the song is One Way. Ain't but one way, homie. Let's go.
Let's get on Ace. Okay, all right. Son of God, doing what the sun say. Minimalist with the feng shui. Hard guarded, I'm like Harden with the pump fake. We ain't going back and forth, yeah, one way. We go then road in heaven is a one way. Serve a big God, I'ma see him one day. Hey, okay, great, that was one take, but your lyrics didn't give him hope, let alone faith. My relationship with the music, it be love, hate. They be wanting me to use it in the wrong way. I was happy in the Buick with the ball fade. Now I'm discontent with the life that I pray for. That just goes to show achievement isn't what we made for. Selling us the lie that we be happy if we make more. I worry less when I pray more. This is holy war. Better watch out for the claymore. Hey, you could ride a wave. Here's a wakeboard. Yeah, and I keep it P like a skateboard. Hey, play your part and he gon' part the sea. I was looking back at Egypt. It was hard to see. It was getting hard to see. Pardon me. Son of God, doing what the sun say. Minimalist with the feng shui. Hard guarded, I'm like Harden with the pump. We ain't going back and forth. It's a one way. 1, 2, step back. 32K in my check back. Nothing coming after the set back. All depending on where your head's at. Yeah. This is not a rabbit out of top hat. Overnight took 10 years without a call back. Hey, father said the pride will make you fall fast. I'ma be the only one in heaven wearing all black. Hey, Satan looking saucy. Hey, same deal what they call me. Hey, and I'm in the Lord's army. Told you I'm a soldier like babes and a tall team. Son of God doing what the sun say. Minimalist with the feng shui. Heart guarded, I'm like Harden with the pump fake. We ain't going back and forth. This a one way. 1, 2, step back. 32K in my check. Back. Listen coming after the set back. All depending on where your head at.
Way. Bring him back. Bring him back. See? Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back to the session. One way. In one way. Okay. All right, so check it out. Listen, you're in the building with my man. You already know the business. On and popping. It's Sherman the Real, Sherman ForReal Johnson. So listen, Sherman, let's talk about your journey, man. Your journey, high school. How did you get it behind the story behind? How did you get into this hip hop thing? Was it on the secular side? Did you let's put them on. I know a little bit about it, but put them on, put them on. Let's go. It's on you.
So I'm about to tell my age here.
Too much of it, baby.
When the first time, and what really started me down my path of doing music is my oldest brother. He came home with a cassette tape, and he went to the recording studio. So I just heard that tape, and I just really liked what he was doing. So his next session, he invited me to the studio. So I was just writing some stuff in the studio. We created a song, and just ever since then, I've never been out the recording studio. And that's probably back in early '90s, I say.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, so was it you were on the secular side or mainstream side? Is that what it was? Talk about it. Or was it
Yeah,
you?
I didn't start off doing gospel music at all. It's probably like the NWA Tupac era. They was real big at the time. A lot of my early influences, listening to music was a lot of the West Coast rappers.
Okay.
So yeah, I just started off that, and I actually met a good friend of mine at a job. They had some music out there, was actually in the stores, and I recognized him from the album cover. His name is Rashid. I want to give him a big shout out. And I seen him at the jobs. Like, man, I seen your cassettes like in the mall, and I was just
Wow.
really just captivated that I actually seen somebody I'm working with some CDs. And long story short, they invited me to the studio, and I was a little rough around the edges at first, but just learning the craft, writing your bars. But I just fell in love with music. I just realized after high school, I really had a love for music, and I just never stopped doing it since.
So this love for music, then it moved you into what next? How did
Well,
yeah, how did that then how did it go?
well, I started off I probably did secular music probably about the first 3 to 4 years of me starting out being a rapper.
Okay.
And my wife, who was dating at the time, and she was heavily involved in church. And we had what we call in our church a youth federation. And this youth
Yeah.
federation happened to be in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I went down there. I didn't know what to expect. Um, I went down there and I ended up meeting a gentleman by the name of Minister Fred at this youth federation. Singing-
Alias.
right, singing Love Thing. Never forget that
Yeah,
song.
that was it. Wow.
And you
Wow.
gave me a cassette tape, and you just kept in contact with me. You really have. After we met each other, I just love music. So you kept in contact with me. We built a relationship, and just through that relationship and me continue to go to church, I think I probably got baptized probably about 6 months later after I came
Yeah.
back to Oklahoma from that youth federation. You kept in contact with me, and
Yeah.
we started working on music together with Stric'ly Jesus, and then the rest is history. And I've been doing gospel and positive music ever since then.
Now, so listen, this guy's really cool, but what I do want to say is I remember I don't know, it was one of the they had asked me to come and speak and do a concert there. And when I came, I talked to your girlfriend at the time, now your wife, and she
Correct.
was like, you gotta meet my man, you gotta meet him, and he's really good and stuff like that. And he's like doing, trying to make some decisions. And I was like, I bet that. And it was, I think I came back because I was actually living in New Orleans.
You are.
I was in New Orleans then. That's when that was a high time for me musically and in shows and tours. And I drove back up because I know you got baptized, and then you started working on like your first solo from the east to the west. We did that project. Oh my gosh, that was son. That was a long time ago.
It was.
Now,
And you gave me my first Christian stage name. You called me because I was calling myself Mr. Affiliated.
I
He's
was
like,
like,
no,
yeah,
we got to drop the Mr. We're going to call you Christ Affiliated. And that's how I got the stage name C Affiliated.
yeah. And I used to call him C Field,
Yeah, C
C
Field.
affiliate. He
Yeah,
feels. Now it's not. It's now he's grown and he's gotten bigger.
right.
But I remember that. That's right. Christ affiliated.
Yeah,
Yo, man. So during that time, let's go there real quick before we move on. Because for one, I'm proud of you because you made the decision to keep pressing.
correct.
You know, and I'm glad that I was a part of that journey. Um, it's he that endures to the end that not only is saved but impacts lives. You know what I mean? So for you, what was it about? We called it gospel hip hop or holy hip hop. They had the Holy Hip Hop Awards back then. But what was it about this holy hip hop that really resonated? Not just getting baptized and coming out the street or coming out street music, but what was it that kept you interested and intrigued enough that you would, God, I want to do something with this for real.
Well, most definitely, I think around that time it was just like a big movement. We had cross movement. It was just
Yeah.
a growing movement at that time. My son was probably about like 6 months, about 6 months at the time, and I just knew I wanted to change my life and be a different person and set better examples with the man I wanted to be. So that was a big part of my journey. I feel like with pressing towards doing gospel music, and plus I just always loved it. And then at that time, that's when we was kind of like getting the first platform. Like it was a platform where you can still rap, but you can also still put it in a way that was uplifting, a way that was drawing people to God. And I mean, websites, we had a different websites that was taking off around that time.
Yeah.
Rapzilla, the South.com.
Yeah.
It was
South.com.
just such a movement that you was in, like it was a good era. It's probably one of the best eras. I've never really seen a movement like that since. I mean, I even met Lecrae, like even when he was going to I met him. He was in Denton, Texas, and he was in
Right.
college. And he
Yep.
would come to Oklahoma and he would do shows. I don't even want to get the prices, what the prices was, but it wasn't like probably what he's charging now. But it was such a movement. The gospel music channel was a big deal. So
Yeah.
I was part of that movement. I just fell in love with it at the time.
The other thing too, I remember and I appreciate about you, Sherman, was you had such a heart for the block. And I remember when we were touring with the Strictly Jesus movement, Patience, myself, a whole bunch, DJ Sam, Smite, all of us. And now we're doing our thing, obviously, in different veins and different communities. But I love the fact that you would drop some dope lyrics, and then this dude was like preaching and stuff, and be like telling his story, and it was very, very captivating. Why was that so important to you? Because at that point now you're doing this and we're talking about this journey from the C affiliated concept to now hobnobbing with those names that now the world really gives Grammys and Doves and stuff for. But when back then we were just young cats locking and loading and meeting and connecting. So for you, what was it like at that moment in your journey?
Um, I really say at that time where I was at, that music was therapeutic for me. So
Yeah.
it's something like getting your emotions out, getting stuff off your chest, just things you was going through. And I would just like write about my life experiences. So it was just therapeutic. And I think even today at my age, I'm still doing music. I still find myself in some type of way of still being involved with music. It's a great way of just connecting people, reaching their youth. So it's just something that's just stuck with me that I really still to today. But yeah, really for my journey and just different things I was going through early in my life, it was just therapeutic for me to stay in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm a creator. When you have a creative personality, it's nothing better than to create something and to listen to it. And then when you get feedback from audience and people like, "Oh, that touched me. I like that song," or I was thinking about something I can relate, and I just really seen like the ministry in that self and what music can do and how we can all connect and relate to each other. I just stuck with it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your music. So you have a single. It was a big hit single. We play it actually is in rotation for our TV show, the No More Dirty TV show, and the radio show. So shout out to you. But you had a song called "City Cry." Talk about that, and then introduce it. We're gonna play it for our viewers, and then for the podcast, they'll be able to hear it because it's a dope cut. Yeah,
Appreciate it. This song called City Cry was written during COVID, and
yeah,
it was a point in time where we couldn't go out. We was all kind of at home, and so I just had those creative juices flowing, and I wrote this song during COVID, and it just touches on a lot of grief. I feel like at that time I had a lot of losses in my life, a lot of family grief. The world was dealing with COVID. It was just a different time in life we was all going through, and I just felt so inspired to just write a song that would connect everybody. And seriously, our city has cried. You look at that time, we had a lot of stuff going on in the world where we had a lot of police brutality.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, a lot of stuff going on in the world. Where I just really felt like it just wasn't my city, but I felt like it was a pandemic going around the world. So I created this song called City Cry.
So here it is by Sherman the Real in
Yeah.
terms of that record. Sherman the Real Johnson with City Cry, because in all cities we have a tear that drops. We'll be right back. The session live. Woo! Let's do it.
Have you ever heard a city cry? Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world, I heard plenty. Have you ever heard a city cry? Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world, I heard plenty. I grew up with the OGs, running from the police. Never been a hard type, just lived a hard life. Plenty regrets and long nights while looking out the window. Yeah, I miss my big bro. Send a prayer up, one day you get this memo. With rubies in the sky, so hard to say goodbye. Reminisce, we cry, we do it for our loved ones. Our parents, grandparents, siblings and cousins. Let go of your grudges, we see them, we hug them. Cause ain't nothing promised, death is not an if, but a when. It's time to make amends, we family in the end. We all make mistakes, facing demons within. Boys turn to men, family what it is, love is what it does. When we stand together, the world look at us. Time to face the truth, we all going through. True, remember there's no me, there's no you. Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world I heard plenty. Have you ever heard a city cry? Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world I heard plenty. Have you ever heard a city cry? Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world I heard plenty. I see those tears, I know the pain inside, like your soul done died. In that moment you're broken, feel hopeless. Never question God's plan, He has the world in His hands. You created by greatness, just the way that He made us. Tribulations we facing, yeah the hurt is real. In time we heal, it be better days. As you feel the pain, days turn to months, months turn to years. Anniversary tears, when the city cry, watch the city ride. As we light up the sky, for the greats we idolize. In a memory, carry on a legacy for all to see. I got a statement to make, it takes one to turn a family around. It takes one to lift you up and get down. It takes one to give a hug and a smile, be the one, cause your time is now. Have you ever heard a city cry? Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world I heard plenty. Have you ever heard a city cry? Have you ever heard a city cry? My city, your city. Around the world I heard plenty. City cry. Your city, my city. City cry. City cry. My city, your city. Hurt plenty. No More Dirty TV show, hosted by Minister Fred 2, airing the cleanest and dopest music videos in the industry every Wednesday and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the No More Dirty Inc. YouTube channel. We got clean, positive Christian hip-hop and urban music for your viewing and listening pleasure. We also have music video exclusives, interviews, cycles, life lessons, and more. Make sure to follow us at Minister Fred 2, at No More Dirty Inc., and at No More Dirty Radio Show. For more information, email us at info@nomoredirty.org or call 256-698-9749. The No More Dirty TV Show. Connect with us. Tune in.
Ooh, bring my man back. City cry. That's dope, bro. I love that, man. And I
Appreciate
love
it.
that. Yeah, man. Yo, man, you took me back to the Seafield days, brother. We were in the trenches. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that you stay in the trenches, man. You know, a lot of brothers, man, they, you know, they either they move on to ministry or they move on to something more civic, city engaged. But I love the fact that you stayed true to this mission. And kudos to you, man. I remember the first time, man. Look at you now, bro. I Am Records. You were founder of that. We're going to talk about it in a second, but I do want to talk about your love for community. Now you're really involved. I know when I came up did a couple of things in Oklahoma City, but now talk about what you're doing now in Oklahoma City, man. And you have a second single called My AY, which I thought was really dope, which is another aspect of your creative genius, right?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? We know you're an MC. We know you're an artist, but you're also you're also doing some other things to capture the goodness and lead young people to do it. So let's talk about that, man, before we get into the second song.
Oh, sure. I'm just really big on community. It's something that's dear to my heart. And a lot of our churches are always in like inner urban type of communities.
Yep.
So it's just something like every time I see a young man, it just reminds me of myself, just knowing my journey. And I know how a lot of people are quick to write people off, but you know, God kind of see that diamond in the rough. So when I talk to young people, I just like giving back. It's something I've always done. I love being in the community. We've done backpack giveaways. We've done free haircuts, braiding. It's just a great way of connecting with the community and getting outside the four walls of the church, which a lot of us, we just can't see past that. But it's just a greater need really outside the church. And not only is hip hop one of the best outreaches when you're going into community and you're doing this, it's just a great way of just connecting with people. And I've always been a people person. So giving back is just something just dear to my heart that I really enjoy doing.
So I think so. Listen, I want to got to do a shout out while we're here to Miss Tompkins, Linda Tompkins, man. Yo, listen, when I first came through Oklahoma City, and I know she's watching, because we definitely invited her to watch. But we want to say special thanks, man. That was the queen bee up in there, man. Talk about Mrs. Tompkins, man. What you got, bro?
Well, she's like a mother to me. I mean, she really like raised me in the church pretty much. And she had a big family, and I really enjoyed like all of her kids. And she used to be our AY leader, which is Adventist youth leader at the church. So she would always plan activities. We used to do stuff in the park for the community, and it was just a fun time, just growing up in that, and very supportive. And she's always supported you as well, and just everything that we've done. So.
Yeah, and now let's talk about you have transitioned into ministry while still being an owner and also doing that, because I'm really excited about what you're doing. I'm excited about this next video we're going to show. But let's talk about that, man. Your role now in ministry.
It's just in my fabric. It's just kind of like in your DNA. It's like even if you wouldn't, it's something you can't lay down. It's just you're still going, you know.
Yeah,
ministry is just, for me, just ministry is just loving people, you know. It just, I really love people, and it's second nature. It's just something like I wake up and I do. not just in the community, but your coworkers, at your job, your family.
yeah,
It's just,
yeah, yeah,
especially where that we live in. Love is the bigger conqueror. It's just learning how
yeah.
to love people.
So let's talk about your second hit single, and I'm loving it, My AY. Talk about that before you introduce that for
Okay,
our viewers.
this is an animated version of myself. Something since I can't lay it down as far as doing music, I said, what a better way to stay young is to do animation.
Yeah,
The voice is
wow.
still good to go. So animation is something that I wanted to do, and I wanted to put a positive, cool spin on it. In our churches. So it's things that I'm doing a series of animation, just different series for the church. Something we can play in
Yeah,
our churches. That's cool and it's hip. So I
yeah,
want to get into the field of animation. So this song is an animated version called My AY. I made this song with our Voice of Hope youth in Oklahoma City. Um, a lot of them was their first time in the studio, so we kind of made it like a field trip. I was like, man, I want you guys to come to the studio. They have
uh,
never seen the studio. I brought our youth group there. They did the song with me, and I was just trying to leave a good impression on them, like to let them, touching you at your creative side.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's what we used to back in the day. That's what we used to do, man. We bring all these cats come right off the street, some clean. Let's go,
exactly.
go. Now is it the same studio from back in the day, or is different studios now?
Now this is a different studio. This studio has recorded a lot of major artists in it. I mean, I don't
Okay.
want to name drop, but it's some
Oh,
big
I
artists
got
that
you.
recorded at this
I got
studio. And
you.
I took our kids to the creme of the creme, the best studio that Oklahoma had to offer. So
That's what's up. So introduce your song, dude. We gonna watch this video. We'll be right back.
it's Sherman DeReal and friends, and it's called My AY.
All right, here it is. Let's go.
You said you can't be. You said you can't be creative and get God some praise. What we gonna do? We gonna switch it up.
AY. Because God's so good.
I like to rest on the Sabbath day, so I give him a lot of praise. Praises go up, blessings come down, sun through the clouds, blessed with another day. Love is in the building, he got love for his children. So tell him what we stand on, tell him what we stand on.
Because God's so good. God loves me and he even loves you. He loves us all, you know. I want to praise his holy name. God loves me and he even loves you. He loves us all, you know. I want to praise his holy name.
AY, the motto, the love of Christ compels me. AY, the mission, the salvation of youth through Jesus Christ. We understand youth ministry to be a work of the church that is conducted for and with by young people.
AY, the aim, the avid message to all the world in my generation.
AY, the pledge, loving the Lord Jesus. I promise to take an active part in the youth ministry of the church, doing what I can to help others and finish the work of the gospel in all the world.
We keep it cool, it's divine. Just young people living for Christ.
AY, AY, put your hands up for the Most High.
We keep it cool, that's the vibe. We just young people living for Christ.
AY, AY, put your hands up for the Most High. God loves me and he even loves you. He loves us all, you know. I want to praise his holy name. God loves me and he even loves you. He loves us all, you know. I want to praise his holy name.
Catch the vibe. Just young people living for Christ.
AY, AY, put your hands up for the Most High.
We keep it cool, that's the vibe. We just young people living for Christ.
AY, AY, put your hands up for the Most High.
Yep. Bring him back in the building. Hey, man, I like that, bro.
I
Hey,
appreciate that, Fred.
hey, wow. Yo, that's pretty catchy. That's catchy, man. So now, did you do it for the Federation? You did it for the Youth Congress out there and all that jazz? You get a chance to perform?
They have got a hold of it. People have sent it to them. It was played at our camp meeting, so
Okay,
yeah, they
cool.
know. They're familiar with the song.
I'm gonna check in with Dr. Bird and say, "What's up, bro? We get on the main stage." You know what I mean?
You actually be here this weekend in Oklahoma City.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay.
Love that. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because you guys got the revival thing going on, right?
Yeah.
Going on for a few weeks, right?
Shameless plug. Got Donnie McKirkland coming this weekend.
That's what's up. That's good too. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, word up. All right, so let's talk about for now. How many years have you been in this thing, man? Because you was rocking back there when I was around a little bit after me. So how many years is it now for you in the actual music industry, the
I'm
music business?
knocking at 30 years. I'm knocking at
Okay,
the door of being just about 30 years as far as doing music and everything I've done in my career.
got you. And how many what tours? How many tours you would say over the years? I know it's a lot because I know you rock with me. I know we had over 15. So, but that's
Yeah,
years.
it's been
So,
quite a
yeah.
few places I've been. We had record deals. I can't remember. We had a record distribution deal with a label out of Atlanta.
Right.
Kent Jones was on the deal. Lecrae at the time.
Mhm.
We've toured in Canada, um, New York, all different places
That's
throughout our
cool.
years.
So I want to talk about. Let's move to this now. You are now a proprietor in terms of radio. So let's talk about media. So tell us a little bit about your media journey. Whether that's a radio, you now have your talk about your podcast. Let's talk about that as well.
Sure, I've just always tried to create platforms for others to bring others on, and I feel like when you create platforms, you can have a broader audience. You can help more people. So I've always looked at platforms. So I start off with doing radio for about a year, and I really enjoyed doing radio, and that
Yeah.
led to my first television show, just entrepreneurship. It was called
Okay.
IMTV, and
Right.
it was really big in the city. At that time, you could pay for paid advertisement back then, like with the cable companies. So I
Yeah.
would just pay out of pocket for a 30-minute show, and I would kind of do something similar to what you're doing now with playing music videos. I would interview guest artists on the show, and
Yeah.
I think I kept my show for going on about 3 years
Yeah.
before
'Cause
this.
I
Yeah,
remember
before
we.
the internet took over.
Yeah, I remember we were working on a deal. Some same folk. So,
Yeah.
but that's man, and then so now you're doing a podcast. Is that what you're doing now?
Yeah, I'm in the works of doing my first podcast, and hopefully, by the grace of God, my first interview will be Donnie McKirkland. He's coming to
That's
our church with Dr.
that.
Bird this weekend, so I'm excited about that. It's called the Voice 1624 podcast.
All right. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm networking with the church at Voice of Hope here in Oklahoma City to launch that podcast, and
Okay.
pretty much the podcast is about community. You
That's
know,
good.
to bring
That's
community leaders on the show, and I'm always looking for platforms with bringing people together.
well.
So
Keep kudos to you, man. Keep doing that thing, man. That's how I started. Now we are some everywhere. So there's nothing that's impossible to them that believe. So keep doing, keep believing, keep pressing, and keep putting in the work. You know what I mean? And when I think about work, we gotta talk about your clothing line. Talk about that, and then I want to show them a little bit of snippet of some of the work, man, because I love your stuff, bro. So talk about your clothing line, so people can go ahead and once he does that, we'll do the video and then we'll show the website and all that kind of stuff too. Go ahead, bro.
well, one thing about clothing is that music and fashion goes hand in hand. So just when we would do our performances, we was wearing other people's clothing, and I was like, why not wear our own clothing brand? So fashion is something I've always enjoyed doing, and actually, I'm wearing one of my shirts now. It says "active" on it, and it stands for a Christian that's involved values evangelism. And this is just a mission that we all should carry, once we become Christians, and just being disciples of others and just sharing this gospel and getting the message out there. So, an active is a lifestyle with us being active every day, not only in a healthy way, but also in a spiritually healthy way with being active, constantly being involved with our community leaders, our communities. So,
All right, so let's do this. Professor, let's put them on. I want them to see some of the amazing fashion that you have. And then I want to talk a little bit more about it. I want to show another piece, and then we're going to go out with what's new with you. All right, so
sure.
here it is. This is the campaign, folks. So that means if you see this, you need to go cop it because it's all good. All right, let's do it.
The brand you've been waiting on. Ray Millie Clothing.com.
My outfit on trip. Check my neck, my wrist. Told you watch your steps. Can't promise you won't slip. My lifestyle on trip. Top peeled off the whip. Ice filled with baguettes. Get guala, make it flip. My outfit on trip. Check my neck, my wrist. Told you watch your steps. Can't promise you won't slip. My lifestyle on trip. Top peeled off the whip. Ice filled with baguettes. Get guala, make it flip.
Wow. All right, bring my man in. Sherm. Go commercial, baby. Watch out. Watch out.
Yes.
Homie. Oh man, got the cuties in there, man. Got the homies like, yo, what's up?
Right.
Hard. We say we're soft, let's go. You know what I mean? So man, what inspired you with this Ray Million, this Ray Millie
Right
clothing
there.
line?
Well, let me tell you, I guess I could use it for my fun fact. My middle name is Ray. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where we get the Ray Millie from. And my brand motto is be yourself and inspire millions. And that's
Wow.
something I've always done. What my brand is about. It's me as a person. And I'm saying I'm Ray, but I'm saying be yourself. Be who you are, whatever your
Yeah.
name is. And we all have the power of influence.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
So that's what the Ray Millie brand is about: being yourself and going out there and inspiring millions.
I love that.
Yeah,
Inspiring millions.
yeah,
And what I also like about the brand is that you're very intentional about all flavors, all styles, even a little edge, so you can save, you got all that vibe, man, and it really reflects the 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 diversity of our young people today
mhm.
and young adults today. It has a club vibe, but it's a Jesus club. You know what I mean?
Of
And
course.
it's, of course, no doubt, but it gives you the vibe that you can be who you are in any space.
Mhm.
You know. So let's do this. I think what we'll do this is let's finale with what's new with you and what's next with Sherman, the or for real. What's next for you, man? And then we'll go out. 'Cause I want to show another um, commercial that you did for your brand, and then we'll take them out with Miles Minnick and Lecrae. That's
Okay,
homies who with the song "Big." Because you doing it big, bro. That's what's up. What's up?
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So tell us about, tell us, man, what's new, what's next, what's coming up.
Um, but Currently, my next move is that I'm getting into concert promotions and promoting concert, bringing acts to Oklahoma City.
That's
So
cool.
I'm looking forward to working with a group of people where we're going to start bringing some um, Christian comedy shows here. We love to bring the Minister Fred No More Dirty tour to Oklahoma City.
You already know, dog.
And that's
And
another.
we got a comedy series too. So
I love
that's
to have you. I love to have you. But that's
bet that.
my
Oh,
next move.
that's what's up, man. Okay, bet that. And it's all
Yeah,
we deal with. Only we'll deal with all national act. That's all we do, national.
right.
And so you just bring you bring the regional or the local, and then we'll smash.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man.
and it's
For sure.
needed in our city. You know, we got a lot of people that's into gospel music, singers and rappers, but you really got to have promoters and people to put on events to give those people those platforms. And that's a good way of connecting people. You know, bringing people from out of town, connecting with some of the local Oklahoma artists, and that's a great way of just branching out this ministry and just building friendships. That's how we met
That's
from being out of
exactly.
state.
That's it. Yo, you already talking about decades, babe. We still in this thing and running it. Yeah.
Right.
So listen. You know what I love about what you're doing, Sherman, and I'm gonna say again, kudos and kudos to your wife, man, because none of this would have happened if
Right.
your wife would have been like, "Yo, you need to pull up," and he wasn't pulling up too much to do no Jesus stuff. And
Yeah.
he was in the mix because I remember he was doing Bible studies and all that. Look where you are now, man. Decades, all the young people that you really are impacting, not just touching their lives, impact their lives. And again, this is why we do this here at the session live, Bible Eats and Bars. Because at the end of the day, really, if what we're doing is not going to impact people for not only good, but for God, we still miss the mark. You know what I'm saying? We still miss the mark. Now, I want to finale with this before we play show and we go out with Lecrae and Miles Minnick. Any closing words of encouragement? Because you've been on both sides. You in this thing 100,000. Keeping it 150, a buck and a half. So, what would you say to somebody who's like, man, I'm just trying to figure it out. You know?
Well, just the power of the invite. I mean, my
Yeah.
journey started with just my wife at the time inviting me to church. So don't never feel like you're insufficient, like you have to know how to preach the best sermons. You got to know every scripture, but just do something small as being intentional with just inviting someone to church.
Yeah.
And God just told us to be fishers of men. He never told us to clean the fish. He just said, "You go fish,"
Say that, bro.
and let him do what he do.
Listen, that ain't our job to clean fish.
Correct.
We weren't created to be fish cleaners unless you like going in and doing that type of work. And
Correct.
that's a specific type of work. You know what I'm saying? And that's only the Holy Spirit's job, even if it is. You know what I
Correct.
mean? We human, man. We be tripping. We be tripping big time. You know what I mean? So, man, I want to pray for you. I want to say thanks again for being part of the show on behalf of Professor X and myself, the entire crew, and we going to do that, man, for real, for real. So you already know.
All right.
That is done.
Okay.
Hip hop, done. I mean, we've been doing it for minutes, so that's an easy fit. And let us know, man. And we got the festival coming up this year. So,
Okay.
man, we talk about you bringing your brand, your clothing line to the festival, man. It's citywide here, bro.
Okay.
So let's talk on that too, man, because I believe in promoting, man, and celebrating what folk are doing. Because we would have been listen, if it would not had been who we would not be who we are today. So again, I want to do another shout out. We got to give one more shout out to Esther Davis. That's fam right there.
She
And
is.
yeah. So tell me, what's your thoughts on Miss Esther Davis? Yeah.
She's very supportive. I mean, that's when I see her, that's the word that comes to my first word is just she's very supportive, and she has a heart for young people and the youth, and she talks very highly of you all the time. So, and I don't think we can really give you your flowers enough. Just the
Oh.
effect you had on a lot of people in our church with just your start with Strictly Jesus and No More Dirty, and you have always stayed true to yourself. Always stay true from day one. And I'm so grateful to see how much your brand has grown.
Well, listen, bro, we doing it together now, man.
We are.
You got a brand, I got a brand. God got us in the lock and load. And I'm gonna say again, listen, you all make sure you take your time and go to your website. Tell them about your website so they can go ahead and verbally say what it is and how they can stay in touch with you. Because that's important. And then we'll go out with your commercial again.
All
And then
right.
we'll go out with, of course, Lecrae and Miles Minnick with Big. Because we ain't doing nothing small. You can't do Kingdom Small. I don't even know why you're trying to do small. That don't even happen. You know what I mean? Tell them about your gear, man. What's up?
You can reach the clothing brand at raymillieclothing.com or either raymillie.com. You can always find me on social media. Just look me up on Facebook, Sherman Johnson. Just send me a little message. I seen you on the Minister Fred No More Dirty show. So I know who you are. If you just meeting for the first time, you can find me on social media, Sherman _ the real. We got a lot of Sherman Johnsons out there, so I had to be the real one. So
Yeah, they can't take your stuff. Man. That's not possible.
All right. Yeah. All right, get a hold of Minister Fred. You know how to get a hold of me. So
You already know, man. But
yeah.
man, I love you. So proud of
Thank
you, bro. I'm super proud of you, man. Let me
Thank
pray for you, man, and all that you're doing. Again, shout out to your lovely wife, Stephanie, and shout out to all those that have supported you from day one. And on behalf of the original crew of Strictly G's, that's Patience, Fisherman, all of the crew, you know, DJ uh, Smite and everybody, man. You know, we love you. We're gonna continue to support you, JB, the whole nine, a miracle, everybody. So this is what it's about. This is all king. Oh yeah, thank you, man. I'm supposed he got me right. So let me let him know, Sherman, real quick, what we got going on for him. Every Wednesday night and Friday night. Thank you very much, Professor. He keep me on lock. I'll be going too deep. We have the No More Dirty TV show. That's the music video show. So if you have music videos, get with Sherman. You can go to our website, nmdinc.org. You can go to submit at nmdinc.org. Just get up with Sherman because this is his show. I'm just a guest on his show right now. And then on Saturdays we go. You already know this business, the session. That's my homie, man. There he is, Professor X. You already know the business. He don't play, man. From St. Louis. I don't know about that, but I'm gonna give him the L. I'm gonna give him the A. I'm gonna give him the B. All right. So anyway, we're on Saturdays, just like what you get now. Or if you're on travel, you can get us at 7:30 on Monday nights, and then after that, it's just worldwide, right? And of course, YouTube. And by the way, we're also on the professional platform now, LinkedIn. So you can get it. Then on Sunday, the Boom Bap, No More Dirty Radio show. Sundays, we were hanging out with Ed Gaines at G93 Radio. Then on at 6 o'clock on Sundays, we're kicking it. We Up 103.1. You want to throw that one up there too, Professor? And then that's one that homegrown. You already know we doing it big. We dip the whole place, man. Sherman, we on secular side. They be like, "Good God, you gonna get you some Jesus? You gonna get this thing?" And we say they be like, "Yo, that's a dope show." All right, and then on Mondays and worldwide, we go envision-radio.com. So we're on 4 o'clocks on Monday evenings, and really after that, we're all over the place. So again, you already know you can catch us on Spotify, Anchor, whatever, or just go to the website nomoredirty.org or nmdinc.org. So there it is. Again, I want to say thanks again, Sherman. You know, this is what we do. Um, let me pray for him, man. Let me pray for him, Professor, and then we're gonna get out on this dope sound. And don't forget to get his gear. Then let's chop and build afterwards too, man. All right, God, we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for Sherman Johnson. Thank you for the C affiliated days to the Sherman, the real days, to now the Sherman for real in the business entrepreneur and mogul business. I ask now that you'll bless him in every aspect. He is his whole team. Bless his animation, his whole series. I pray that you'll bless everything that he finds his hands and his minds to do. You said no weapon formed against him or us shall prosper. So we thank you in advance. We thank you for all the love and support of friends, family. We thank you for Sister Tompkins, and we thank you for Esther Davis. We thank you for the pastors and the ministries and the street that has been supportive of his ministry. Now, God, I ask you to expand it over and abundantly above what he thinks, asks, and even believes. May he always believe and may he move in expectancy and move from not just living in and by faith to executing through his faith in you. In the name of Yahshua the Christ, who is Jesus of the Bible, amen.
Amen.
Brother, you already know the business. Now you should be doubling what you got. That's how it go. We deal with a big God. There you go. So we're gonna take you out with some big by Lecrae, Miles Minnick, and then of course you got to get this gear, girl, because this junk is hot. Yo, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Ray is life.
Millie are the millions we will inspire.
I am fresh.
I am creative. I am inspirational.
I am Ray Millie.
All right, Miles, here we go. Ready in 3, 2, wait, hold on. Hey, can you give me a drink real quick? I'm kind of thirsty.
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it. Appreciate it, yeah.
No problem.
Must be a new flavor. All right, get ready for playback.
Hey, bro, you good?
Why they sleeping on me like a Sandman? Never pull up on me, he a dead man. I remember I was recording on that webcam. Now I'm balling on TV like it's Space Jam. In my city, living lawless like it's no police. Hearts frozen, going stupid like it's no degrees. I be coolin' in Jerusalem, I've been overseas. I be speaking my own language, call it Globanese. Passport holder, Bible toter, big blower. Property owner, big voters, big sowers. Destiny driven, big winning, big minute. Who is you kidding? We did it, we get it. How you know I'm in the hand of God, I'm in the plan of God, I'm pulling up, I'm in the lamb of God, I'm just a man of God. And I'ma show you how to walk it out, how to live it out, and show you how to kick the demons out. Cause it's your season now, I got those evil thoughts try to hold me, try to hold me. Backwards I am never going, busy blowing, living water, more than rolling. Where we going, we place the enemy controlling, overthrowing. Big, 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 big vision, big dreams, big Bible on my hip. Big, 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 big. How we moving, how we do it, finna watch us do it big, big, do it real big, real big, do it big, big, do it real big, real big. Oh my God, do it big, do it real, real big. Yeah, my squad, do it big, do it real, real big.
Yes, sir.
What up, what up, what up, man?
Crazy.
Bro, what's up, man? It's always a treat when players meet, man.
Every time, man.
Yes,
Every
sir.
time.
But yo, you ready for this video though?
Yeah, let's get it, man. Where the director at?
Good to glow.
Whoa.
I'm an east side of a rider from the bottom of Cali, up the second to the bait and right back down to the valley. I got reputables who messing with this music and mission. 116 inside the prison, yeah, we glowing and get it. You better do it big, do it big, do it real big. All my family repping Jesus, doing real biz. They don't smoke compared to God, exotic feel mid. From Vallejo down to Dago, they gon' feel this. I'ma pull my rank, I'ma bet he ain't. Lead a movement for a decade before you see my planks. Make your little bros a millie before you get to acting silly. Turn a deal into a dilly before you speak my name. I've been stepped on, I've been priced out. Preach God at the White House, show rap with Christ bout, and they still wanna turn my lights out, boy. Now you know I used to teach what you learning, but go on do it big with your sermon. I'm rooting for you. Big, 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 big vision, big dreams, big Bible on my hip. Big, 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 big. How we moving, how we do it, finna watch us do it big, big, do it real big, real big, do it big, big, do it real big, real big. Oh my God, do it big, do it real, real big. Yeah, my squad, do it big, do it real, real big.